Hello everybody, welcome to Soapbox Slam, where I get on my soapbox and talk about the things that I see going on. And actually, this is a segment of Soapbox where I do that I actually call Movie Box. And I do, Movie Box, TV Box, and Music Box, where I get on my soapbox and I talk about those things. And I want to get on my movie box, on my box, to talk about a movie. Actually, it was originally a book series by Anne Rice called The Vampire Chronicles. I believe there are about 7 books in the series. And this particular this particular book in the series was made into a movie, I believe in, like, I want to say 1988 or 1990, somewhere around there. And it was Interview with a Vampire, and it starred Antonio Banderas, it starred Tom Cruise, and Brad Pitt. And the novels are a lot more homoerotic suggestive, and the movie was, in that time, subtle homoeroticism, but at a certain point, and I think this is the essence of Anne Rice's books, and the essence of the movie, and the essence of human connection, right? Even though Anne Rice made these characters heroes and villains, and they were vampires, we still witness the interaction of human interaction, human drive, human desire, passion, lust, and that sort of things, the emotions that human beings go through. And so the movie was done, and there was subtle homoeroticism. But when you watch the movie, if you follow the story, if you follow the characters, you almost, I feel like there's certain levels. Like, I feel like you almost forget that it's 2 men, and you realize that it's a love story. It's a story about love. It's a story about human interaction, like I was just saying, and the essence of it being 2 men, or the interaction or the love between 2 men, desire between 2 men, kind of disappears as you watch the story. And there was a lot of controversy. I remember when Oprah Winfrey had interviewed Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise about the movie. It was very controversial. Like, it really pushed the envelope at that time about what these 2 men, these 2 celebrities, were doing. Another example of something like that would be Brokeback Mountain. Again, at that time when that movie came out, you had 2 celebrity superstar kind of actors, and they engaged in a much more explicitly homoerotic kind of movie. And again, at a certain point, I think that you no longer recognize that it's men, and you begin to understand that it's just a story about desire, passion, love, and that sort of thing. Same with, The Color Purple. At a certain point, you no longer see 2 women engaged in a homosexual act. You start to realize there's a bigger context to this interaction, this human interaction. So, Interview with a Vampire, the movie, was certainly that type of story, or that type of interaction, right? It was funny. I was conversing with a friend of mine over the weekend, and we both were shocked that we had both watched Interview with the Vampire, the movie, and what I'm on my movie box about today is actually a plug for the television series, which is on AMC Plus. And so Interview with the Vampire was remade into a TV series, and it's airing on AMC Plus. It airs, second season airs May 12th. And it was funny because me and my friend were just sitting there, talking about it, and we were both like, did you see it? What did you think? Like, oh my goodness, like at what point did you at what point did you just stop seeing it as like a gay thing and just realize that it was like a story about love and toxic love, right? A story about toxic love. And it was really great to talk about that with him. And so I'm getting on my box to talk about it with you all and encourage you all to see this movie. Don't sleep on it. Like, see the show. Like, don't sleep on it. It's really amazing. It's really well done. Yeah, I think the dialogue's good. I think the cinematography is good. Costume is good. And it's nice to be able to see quality programming again. And so that's what I'm on my box about. There's a TV series called Interview with the Vampire. It kind of rearranges and renegotiates the story that you saw in the movie. But it has a little bit of liberties from the Vampire Chronicle novels. Like I said, the novels were written by Anne Rice, and there's about seven books. And if you're really into vampires and you're really into that storyline, I would encourage you to buy Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles. But as for now, and I actually think that whoever is buying the rights, or if it's Anne Rice herself, should remake the movie. And if not remake the movie, do other movies, because they did Queen of the Dam, which is a continuation of Interview with the Vampire, and I think that one was poorly done. I mean, kudos to the actors that were in it, because they needed an acting plug. They were musicians, but it's really not the best work, not the best dialogue, and everything else. So I think that if they do the Vampire Chronicles, which I think would be a fascinating prequel, sequel, triquel type thing to do, I think that it would be very intriguing. But as of now, they just have the remake as a TV series, and it's really good. It is really, really, really good. And I think actually it's so good that it better defines human interaction, human desire, and toxic relationships. It's on AMC Plus, and actually, I was so intrigued that I actually subscribed to AMC just to watch it, because I was so intrigued. I had seen the movie back in the day when it was released with Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, and Antonio Banderas. And so I was very intrigued to see what the TV series would be like. And I mean, I definitely give it a 4.5 out of 5. Nobody gets a 5, so 4.5 is your highest mark, right? And it's definitely a 4.5. It's totally worth seeing, and I encourage you guys to go check it out, right? Interview with the Vampire on AMC season 2 starts on May 12th. Check it out. I can't wait to see what else they got to do with it. Have a great weekend. Wrap up the weekend, and have a wonderful week. Start your week out glorious. Be kind. Do an act of kindness for someone. Just one act of kindness. If you see somebody who needs help, if you see something, just take it upon yourself without even asking or them prompting you. Just do it, right? Because one act of kindness begets another act of kindness, and we can spread goodness to everybody, and maybe chip away at the negativity that's out there today. Have a good one. I'll see you next week. All right.